Member panel of the Apex Court led by Justice John Okoro ruled that Babatunde lacked the legal standing to institute the case because he was not recognized as an aspirant in the primary election as defined by the Electoral Act. Delivering the judgment, Justice Okoro explained that merely purchasing nomination and expression of interest forms did not automatically confer aspirant status on the appellant. According to the court, an individual must also undergo screening and clearance by the appropriate party organs before being regarded as a legitimate aspirant qualified to challenge a primary election. The court held that Babatunde failed to prove they completed those mandatory processes and therefore lacked the local standing to contest the conduct of the outcome of the primary election. Justice Okoro further stated that once the trial court discovered it lacked jurisdiction, it ought not to have proceeded to consider other issues raised in the matter. And Thursday's Supreme Court judgment on the Social Democratic Party leadership crisis has rattled both rival factions, the different camps coming up with their interpretations of how the court's decision affects them. Both camps, one led by Shehu Gabam and that of Sadiq Abubakar Gombe, have just recently concluded their conventions and elected their presidential candidates. For Sadiq Abubakar Gombe, the Apex Court's judgment has validated his position.
The judiciary lived up to its responsibility by doing the right thing, and even before that, I'm sure, and we categorically said it, and severally the Supreme Court in its wisdom has categorically said it severally that political party as an institution are the body corporate that are responsible for their internal affairs, and whatever they decide in respect of their internal affairs is binding. No INEC, no even the court in itself.
On the other hand, supporters of Shehu Gabam argue that the judgment reaffirms him as the substantive national chairman, maintaining that he was in office before the disputed court actions and remains the legally recognized leader.
Judgment restore constitutional order in SDP. Shehu Musa Gabam remained the national chairman. The attention of the leadership and members of the Social Democratic Party has been drawn to several misleading, false, mischievous interpretations being circulated by certain individuals and factions following the landmark judgment delivered today by the Supreme Court of Nigeria. More fundamentally, the Apex Court affirmed and settled the position of the law that the court lacked the jurisdiction to interfere in the internal leadership affairs of political parties.
Supreme Court ruling, the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) had recognized the leadership of Shehu Gabam. Now, as the former governor of Kaduna State, Madam Nasir El-Rufai is yet to perfect his bail conditions